Heart's beating right underneath it.
So back into the grandstand now where Taylor Dent serves. Now Taylor Dent will hope to avoid this being a real disappointing day, a lost day for the young Americans with Fish going out. Dent ranked slightly above Fish. He's at 22 in the latest ranking.
Dent had a really nice run here last year in the U.S. Open. He beat Fernando Gonzalez, the other Chilean player, in the third round. Got to a match with Andre Agassi. Won the first set, had to retire. He had a right hamstring problem. But the rest of his year was really good. He won 2 tournament titles. One out in Bangkok, one in Moscow.
Winning record this year, first time that Taylor Dent has been a seed at the Open.
While we're on that Olympic thing, Ted, how about his first cousin, Misty May, in the volleyball competition, beach volleyball in the Olympics. Nice gold medal for her.
Misty May's fiance was just across the street playing. He just got called up yesterday by the Florida Marlins to play in the big leagues. Matt Trainer.
She's married, huh?
Yeah, she's going to be.
Huh.
So I made sure to congratulate him.
Absolutely. Well done. Dent in a bit of trouble here at love 40. And we saw Henman on this court before. This is the serve and volley court today, the grandstand. The dinosaurs of tennis. Well, dying breed. Not with this guy, though.
No, and he's been resolute, hasn't he, Jim? I mean, he just will not back off.
Yeah, only one way to play for Taylor Dent. He's got to come forward.
Well, Mathieu gets the first break. Paul-Henri Mathieu is the newcomer of the year on the ATP Tour 2 years ago. Had an abdominal injury that hampered him last year and comes into the Open this year with his rank at 88.
And no matches.
Right.
3 for 4 on the year. Just hasn't played much. He's been down playing some challengers. That's, again, a theme we've been referring back to here the last couple days, talking about these guys. The qualifiers that keep themselves in the game by playing the second-tier events on tour.
Of course, Paul-Henri Mathieu's claim to fame was in that year when he exploded on tour. He was chosen by Guy Forget to play in the Davis Cup final and lost the first rubber match. He played against Marat Safin and then lost a 2-set lead in the decisive match to Michael Yuzhny. Russia winning Davis Cup.
And Yuzhny had never been there before. That was his first Davis Cup tie. So 2 rookies deciding the entire Davis Cup for the year. Unprecedented. And it hit Mathieu hard.
There was a lot of faith placed in him. He was chosen ahead of Arnaud Clément by French captain Guy Forget to play in those matches.
And I'm a big Davis Cup fan. Played a lot of it. Love it. But my country doesn't love it as much as the French nation does. I tell you that. It is gigantic there. When the French team has won, parades down the Champs-Élysées. It is huge there. That is a black or white moment for a player. The fifth match, you're up 2 sets to love. You're going to be a national hero, and all of a sudden it's gone.
And we saw Ferrero the other day, and that's the same situation that made Ferrero.
Exactly.
He won that same match for Spain.
It's a career changer.
As a kid, right.
Career-changing thing for a player. And It's going to take a while for this guy to really bring it back mentally. He's had the physical problems, but his mind is probably just as broken as his body.
And it's been both, you're right, because Mathieu, with that abdominal injury that kept him out for a couple of months last year, and this year the low match total because of a wrist injury that forced him out of all 3 of the previous slams. Now, what I find interesting, left wrist.
Couldn't he play with a one-handed backhand?
Yeah,
Slice
left
it for
wrist for a right-hander. That's got to be tough.
Yeah. Dent right back. Trade breaks.
So they stay on serve. First set grandstand, and Maria Sharapova on court at Armstrong. Her second round match is straight ahead.
Passenger, electronic four-wheel drive, Acura MDX. Power and safety, living in perfect harmony.
Mr. Property, right?
And you?
Peter Colton.
Nice to meet you, Peter Colton.
From the makers of Notting Hill and 4 Weddings and a Funeral
You owe me dinner. Say half an hour?
comes a new romantic comedy
I can't get through 24 hours without you.
that will take you by surprise.
Hit this and I'll sleep with you. Wow. Too bad. You could have used the workout.
Kirsten Dunst, Paul Bettany,
People have fallen in love before you know.
That what we're doing.
Wimbledon, rated PG-13, starts Friday, September 17th.
Well, a terrific night of tennis. And it's just beginning. 6:30 in the evening here in New York City. Not that there's anything going on in New York these days anyway, but how about this day of tennis under gorgeous skies, very few clouds in the air today.
Is there something going on in New York?
Well,
Besides the Open? Well, there's a Mets game earlier today. Yeah, that's right.
there was
That's what it was. I
Yeah,
knew there was
exactly.
something.
I knew there was something going on when I woke up this morning to an announcement to please stay away from my windows. I kid you not.
What was that all about?
Somebody important was staying in the hotel across the street.
Aha, okay. I take it you're near the Waldorf Astoria then. Okay. I can do that math. Well, that is a terrific inside-out return to serve from Paul-Henri Mathieu. But that will not dissuade Taylor Dent from continuing to bum rush this net.
Did his father, Jim, play the exact same way?
Pretty similar. Pretty similar. He was a net rusher for sure. His mother, as a matter of fact, she was in the U.S. Open women's doubles final with
Right.
Dr. Renee Richards.
There was a tennis genes for Taylor. His father was Phil Dent, an Aussie. Mom, Betty Ann Grubb. Taylor's stepbrother, Brett Hansen Dent, was an NCAA singles finalist playing at USC. And what you don't expect, I wouldn't think you'd expect an awful lot of breaks of serve. Well, you just had 2 in a row, and now you've got Love 30 here.
Now, Taylor Dent's serve tag's a bit of a combination. He's got our old friend John McEnroe's shoulder turn, but he's got the little foot. There's Phil Dent, Taylor's father. He's got his left foot that will come up just like Pete Sampras. He kind of starts like Sampras, but he's got that shoulder turn of Johnny Mac.
That's a good catch on the left foot. That is absolutely Pete Sampras.
Oh, and the way he holds his hands, the way he brings them together is totally Sampras as well. The way he looks over his shoulder, that's Johnny Mac. A couple good guys to emulate, I think. And that toe comes down, nice turn, and up he goes. And man, how about that right knee coming up into his chest?
Big man, 6'2", but 195. Got a broad build.
He's thick.
And there's the update from court 11, where it's a set apiece, and Mathieu now up a break.
Well, another 2.5 hours to go. Well, Taylor Dent, he comes in pretty thick, and that's something that he's been talked to from various coaches about trying to get a bit more agile, because he really does have good wheels at the net. His reactions are very good, but it's clear that he could be another 15 pounds lighter and he would be faster. There's no way to say it. He's not in the kind of shape he should be in.
And he's talked in the past, Jim, about making that effort. He's talked about giving up the pizzas and the things that we all did at that age.
I mean, look at the agility that this guy's got. Imagine how good he could be physically. And you don't have to give up the pizzas, by the way, Ted. My old trainer, Pat Etcheberry, who's now doing such remarkable work with Justine and Ardennes. Well, first thing he said to me is, you tell me what you want to eat, and I'll tell you how hard you have to work
To eat it.
If you want to eat pizza, I'll tell you what you have to do.
Wow.
If you want to be a top-level athlete.
Can you give me his phone number?
I've got it. It's
Thank
right
you.
in my phone right here. Believe me, you don't want any part of that, Ted. I know you're an animal with the marathons and all of that, but...
No, I know. I don't pretend to be at your level. No.
Yeah, no. You've got to be willing to get to the point. His goal is to make you vomit at least once, just to let you know how far you can go. That's a little further than I think you may be prepared.
You're exactly
prepared
right. Just for kicks, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I remember walking out of Wimbledon with Patrick McEnroe after Taylor Dent lost Andy Roddick in his Wimbledon match, and that's exactly what Patrick was saying. That's the level of commitment that, as his Davis Cup coach, he wants to see from Taylor Dent.
Patrick has sat him down on numerous occasions and in the nicest way possible, read him the riot act and said, look, if you really want to be the best that you can be, you have to address this at the very least, because you have so much ability that you're leaving on the table by not getting yourself in the kind of shape that everyone else in the locker room is. Look at the other people in the locker room when they take their shirts off. Look at them, and then look at yourself.
That is the moment of truth, isn't it?
It doesn't lie. The mirror does not lie.
Well, the winner of Mathieu Sargisian will play the winner of this match in the third round, and this is the same section of the draw as Andre Agassi. Don't forget, hang in there with us. We're going to be bringing you Maria Sharapova's match. We'll be having Venus Williams coming on tonight.
Oh, yeah, again. Where's that Tracy Austin girl? Shouldn't she be over here with us? Grace us with her presence. No. You know, I just get frustrated with Taylor Dent because I know how good the kid could be. 30-40. At break point, you see Sharapova won her first service game. You know, and we need more players like Taylor Dent. The way he plays the game, you don't want that style to go out. You don't want it to go away. And back to deuce. Forehand error sets up a game point now for Mathieu. A couple of young guns going at it. Mathieu, 22 years old. Dent, just 23. He's been around a while, though. No university for either of these players, both turning professional around the age of 18. That is sweet stuff off the racket of the Frenchman. And he holds serve for 4-3.
All right, there's the story on the grandstand. Right now, we'll be keeping updated on this as we move just to the other side of the wall.